Hi, I'm Jasmine, and I'm working with the eGirl Power AAPI initiative to raise awareness about the Asian and Pacific Islander hate crimes that have been increasing during the pandemic. And growing up, I did feel like there was a negative connotation to my race because people would crinkle their nose at my food or pull their eyes or bombard me with stereotypes. And at the time, it wasn't that big, but I did feel self-conscious. But now looking back, I don't think they had hurtful intent, and I don't blame them at all. But luckily now as a high schooler, I embrace my culture more and weave it into my identity. And I attribute that because I do live in a tight-knit Asian community, which has been really helpful. But in light of the recent COVID pandemic, there has been an increase in Asian American hate crimes, and it has posed challenges because the first one is just safety, because these attacks are unprovoked and a lot of them are on elderly, which, if you look through the lens of Asian culture, that is the most disrespectful. Um, and when I was growing up as well, I don't feel like I saw a lot of Asian American representation in government or in politics or social justice issues in general. And because of the pandemic, I've seen a lot more Asian Americans organizing protests or going to protests or just being more politically active in general, which has been assuring. So a few months ago, I think, when my parents were walking to a local library, there's this man who started yelling at them about the coronavirus and how they brought the coronavirus to America. But first of all, that doesn't even make sense because my parents haven't been to Asia in years. So there's no way that could have happened. And so I do believe this event shows two things. It shows that number one, I do believe this stems from misinformation, these hate crimes. And then secondly, I'm not sharing the story to victimize my parents or anything. I'm sharing it so I'm able to raise awareness to the fact that even where I live, where in my area there's quite a few Asian Americans, and there's still this misinformation present within this community. And my parents, they were upset about this dude yelling at them, obviously, but they didn't fight back or say anything because they were scared he was going to physically attack them or he has a weapon or something, which would be much worse. But this is why this issue is really important. Also, because there's something you can do about it. And there's organizations, obviously, like Stop AAPI Hate, that have been trying to prevent these hate crimes. And I know there's organizations that have kept record of these Asian American hate crimes. But a lot of these hate crimes actually go unreported, even the physical ones. And even if they are reported, sometimes it's really hard to convict this as a hate crime specifically instead of just a normal crime. So that is why a lot of people predict that there's actually more Asian hate crimes than on record right now, which is really important to the fact that we raise awareness about this and try to prevent this. And there's not one all encompassing issue to solving all Asian hate crimes, but I know some people have been posting on social media to raise awareness about this, and some people have been volunteering or donating. And this is part of the reason I wanted to work with eGirl Power on this initiative specifically, because you don't have to start on a large scale. You can start on a small scale, but all that matters is that you're starting.